Hi everyone, welcome to the first week of Allison Davis's 4x6. I don't know the exact name that it's called, but I mentioned this in my little haul video that I did about a week or two ago. Unfortunately, the Facebook group is closed. I'm not exactly sure if she's still selling the sketches. I think that they decided not to, but if you're part of the group, yay, and if not, don't worry, you can just I'm sure there's a few YouTubers who will be following along, and you can check them out. So what I'm doing here is I am trying to pick out which background paper. I actually discovered while doing this layout that I am lower on my full background papers of the 12 by 12, and so I'm going to have to I'm thinking about pulling out Allison Davis's older 6 by 6 class because I still have the 6 by 6 from this collection left over and quite a few embellishments, so I thought it might be worth it. With that being said, I have done a ton of videos, well, not a ton, but a good like 5 or 6 with this collection, so you will probably be seeing those coming up. I've got a lot of videos that I've done that just need voiceovers and just really haven't found the right time to do the voiceovers. Just been busy, but now that it's summer, I will have a little more time to do the voiceovers. So you shall be seeing some more videos coming up. Anyways, I'm trying to decide. There is 3 parts of her sketch, which you will see. It's kind of what I'm looking for now. It's all 4 by 6 photos. She has along the 4 by 6 photos kind of some strips, which you will see what I end up doing with mine. It kind of throws me off, and I will talk more about that when I get to that point. But that is what I'm kind of looking for here, is what do I want to use for the strips. I was really hoping that this ticket strip, border strip that I'm cutting would work, but it just doesn't stand out. And I really kind of wanted to try to use this pattern paper here because I'm finding myself kind of going a lot more for the B-sides because they're so busy. And actually looking at it on the screen now, I kind of really like it, and I wish maybe I would have gone, but I think that I knew I was going to be building the clusters, and it would have been harder for me to find things that didn't get lost in the background. That's my biggest thing, I think, with pattern paper. Oh, I'm going to tell you right here. I did go ahead and purchase a sewing machine, and I'm going to tell you, I love it. I've wanted one for a very long time, and so I finally bit the bullet. I'm actually part of the class is kind of over now, but Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine, I took a class, travel class, and Becky Adams she's also a YouTuber. She was basically the teacher in the class, and she sews on everything. And I just kind of got inspired. I think I was just kind of retail shopping, not retail shopping, what do you call it? Retail therapy. That's what I'm thinking of. And I'm so happy that I got it. I think I've sewn on every layout I've done since then. So one thing I want you to notice here is this class is for all 4 by 6 photos, but you can see there in the end, I took 2 3 by 4 photos and put them together. So there is many possibilities with this class and what you can do. And if you're part of the class, I'm sure you're going to see a ton of different examples. I'm really curious to see, I don't know when I'm going to post this layout, but I'm really curious to see. You can see kind of the strips that I have around the photos, the border, Fun at the Park, the red and white polka dot, and the ticket strip above. That's kind of how she has it on her sketch, and it's throwing me off. Looking at it on the screen, it's not nearly as bad, but I wasn't feeling it when I was doing the layout. And right now I like all the different colors, but I'm going to struggle. And I think part of why I struggle is the strips don't go all the way to the end. So it looks fine. It looks fine for the most part around the rest of the photos, but it's the strip at the top where it kind of just ends where the cluster is. That's what really kind of gave me a little bit of trouble, but I went for it, and I'm sure that Allison will have like a ton of really cool stuff that she did with it, but we will see. I'm sure she'll probably, I wonder if she'll post it, because I know she posts things like on Instagram and her own Facebook, so I don't know if she'll do that with this class or not, but we'll see. I also mentioned in another video, which will probably go up after this video, that I'm struggling with the size of Doodlebug's ephemera. Now with this layout, it was kind of okay, but you can see like that map piece that's by the word magic. I mean, their ephemera pieces are really getting big, and I was getting pretty frustrated. I did a few layouts. For a double page layout, they don't seem to be as bad, but for a single page layout, one piece takes up about half the page. So I'm curious to know what you guys all think of kind of their ephemera lately. And like I mentioned, I do bring this up in another video. You guys know I love my Doodlebug, but I'm just a little leery because I struggle. A lot of people like the huge ephemera pieces. I am not a fan. So I'm kind of curious. They did work for this layout, but yeah, I'm just curious to know what everybody else thinks. So I had to turn the camera off because I was kind of struggling, and I just, again, with those strips that I mentioned, the border strips that go along the photos. I think if I would have just mounted all the photos with a photo mat, that red photo mat, I probably would have liked it a little better, but I'm happy with the end result. What I end up doing is basically taking those red borders. I wanted the red for some kind of consistency, and I end up taking them and cutting them down to about 1/4 of an inch. So you can see I've gone ahead and glued them on here. I don't think I realized that I didn't record that, but I have at least glued the top and bottom on, or at least the bottom. I don't know. So my title's going to be Magic Vacation. This is some photos I took of us waiting in line to get into Disney, and then also the sign, if you guys have been to Disneyland, that, you know, here you leave the world of today and enter your tomorrow, whatever. I always have to have a picture of that sign. And yes, this was back in 2020. We went, actually, ironically, we were able to go. We went that February before everything was chaotic. So I'm pretty amazed we were able to go. Anyways, but I was really into the Color Street nail strips then. So I even decided to match my nails to the Disney vacation, and I had fun with that. So, you know, while that might seem silly to some people, it was fun for me. So I did take a picture of my nails right in front of that sign, and I love how it turned out. To make it work with this layout, I did have to cut it down so the sign is kind of there twice, but I don't mind at all. I like it. It's part of the memory. I do need to add some journaling, I guess, to this layout still. I just realized I haven't added any journaling, so you won't see any journaling, but I'll just add some journaling strips around. With my clusters, that map, I did add foam adhesive behind the word magic and left the word vacation flat to the page. And with the map, I added foam adhesive to the top of it and glued the bottom of it flat. And same thing with the balloons. The balloons are popped up, but the strings of the balloons are flat to the page. And that firework is also flat to the page. So that was part of my thinking there, just to kind of give some, you know, interest to the page. And I'm going to do that with all of the clusters. So the one thing I did that Allison doesn't have on her sketch is I did go ahead and add that extra border, that black scallop border. That was one of the stickers. But I just wanted to bring that black around because on the right-hand side of this page, the double page, you will see I'm going to add, you might have seen it was part of the pattern paper, which it was probably my favorite paper of the entire collection, was the one with the film strip look. And I can't tell you how many layouts I've cut that film strip down to use. And again, you will see those layouts as I have time to do the voiceovers. So because it has the black and white, I kind of wanted to bring more of a solid black over to the left-hand side. Plus the word vacation has black. So I just kind of a little explanation of why I added the black strip there. Now this is something kind of newer for me, this Land of Imagination border or word sticker or word whatever. It's not a sticker, but I decided to go ahead and kind of add it in this cluster up here. And at first I didn't like it, and I accidentally kind of glued that ticket booth kind of in a different spot. But once the entire collection or cluster is together, I'm actually really glad that I used it, and it works out pretty well. And it kind of covers up the fact that that red strip that I struggled with, it covers up the fact that that ends there, you know, before that cluster as well, is at least kind of what I was thinking. So I'm going through here, and you can see I've glued everything down on this side. And that film strip, now you can actually see what I was talking about as far as the film strip and having the black. I love that paper. Part of me wants to go buy more of it, but nope, I'm going to hold on and not allow myself to buy. And I just realized, you know what? I bet you that's in the 6x6 pad, and I could have been using some of those. That would have been a lot of fun as well. So now I'm working on this cluster here, and what I think I'm going to go ahead and do when I do the journaling is either add it in strips right above this cluster or in strips right down below. I don't have a lot to say, just that, you know, I do want to mention my nails. You know, you can see the nails there in front of the sign. The sign is blurry in the photo with my nails, but it's clear in the photo that's above it. So it does kind of look like one weird photo, but I don't really care. I like it. It tells my story. So it fills in that 4x6 piece. And I think as far as clusters and everything else, I'm just adding stars around. Somehow I ended up with an extra pack of like the balloons and the fireworks, so I have plenty of those. But that is basically my layout, and like I said, I did add some little star sequins kind of around. I've had them for a long time. I don't really know where to say to get them. Maybe Nuvo sequins. I know that they were selling like bottles packs of different shapes, but any kind of like silvery star sequins would work as well, just so you know. And that is basically my layout, my version of Allison Davis's first week for her 4x6 class. And I can't wait to check out the class and see what else you guys have done. And I hope you guys like this layout. I thank you for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And if this is your first time here, I would love it if you would hit the thumbs up button, give the video a like, and possibly subscribe. I'd love to have more subscribers. So thank you so much for watching. Hope everybody has a great day. Bye, everyone.